Jesse Palmer. I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
Guys, the LSU head coach told me before the game, this is a fun matchup here today for conference bragging rights. The SEC versus the ACC. These are two teams and two conferences that are always trying to get chippy, talk about who is the more dominant league. They'll have a chance to prove it here on the field today. Both coaches say they want to dominate at the line of scrimmage and show just who is the more physical league. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Looking for a man, it's Mendoza. Right side, it's Addison. He gets it past the 30, and they'll get him out of bounds at the 32.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
The Yellow Jackets with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He'll go to the air again. Got a man. It's Allen. Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37.
And I really love the idea of this guy running crossing routes, right, guys? He's got the speed to separate from defenders, but if you could put it out in front of him on the run, he's going to catch that thing and turn it up, and you saw all the yards after catch on that one. That was a big-time play, really nice play design for a guy with tremendous speed.
The throw. In traffic, it's Hosley. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
And that's a great example of this quarterback having intense confidence in his own arm talent. That was not an easy window to throw into, but he had the ability, and he knew it.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Hosley. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
And, man, this is exactly what you want as a play caller. You want to get your quarterback settled, give him some bunnies early to make some plays so he's feeling bulletproof. 4 for 4 to start the game. Yes, please. Offensive coordinator Jesse, I'm giving him an A+ so far for checking those boxes.
Well, and he's done a good job getting his quarterback prepped for this one, too, because watching this guy throw the ball, he's making quick decisions, and he's throwing the ball with a lot of conviction. You can tell this guy watched a lot of film. He has the answers to the test early in this game.
He caught it! And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On the move. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Backfield, he'll lose 3 on the play. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low, and the offensive.
There he goes. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20.
exactly what they wanted to see. They talked about bolstering their speed at the running back spot. They said this guy could do it, and you get a good glimpse of it early in this football game. Palmer, there's one thing to talk about speed. It's another thing to talk about speed. And that guy takes off, he races some angles, and makes the big play early.
It's so true, David. There's so many really good running backs in the country that can make people miss, but when we see them get into the second level, they always get caught. This guy is a little bit different. And now if you're on defense, that's a big alert. You know, hey, if we don't tackle him, if linebackers miss him, if safeties miss him, and this guy gets in the second level, he is taking it to the house. There's a lot of pressure now on this defense to tackle.
Georgia Tech's offense comes out ready to get this drive going. Looking for a man. It's Mendoza. Fires to the middle. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down.
Non-native receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Out wide left, it's made. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Tells the play fake, wants to throw on first down. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
They tried to go play action, but that did not affect the defensive tackle. He was bull rushing his guy, collapsing the pocket, and he comes away with a sack.
And the Yellow Jackets trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to go up top on second down. Oh, pressure's coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, this offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so third in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Out wide right, it's Hosley. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
Really nice individual effort that time by the wide receiver. He was trying to get the first down. There was no way he was going out of bounds there on third. Fighting for every inch he could get. Didn't quite get there. And now you've got a big decision if you're the head coach. You're going to stay on the field and try to go for this thing.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Gets the back moving. Snapped on fourth down. Throws to the wideout. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned.
Man, your goal of a defense is to stop them, is to force punts, and then this is just gravy. Now they go for it on fourth down and medium. On their side of the field, you get the big stop and a chance to switch the momentum here in the first half.
They got it blocked just enough, and a good gain on that run.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll run him again. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on third and short from the 37. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
The Tigers will try to pick it up on fourth down. They'll go with Durham. And that's not going to come close as the defense stops him well short of this first down.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on fourth down, if you decide to run the football, you've got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now softened them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
What a job to lay out and make the catch. Got open on the post and then had no regard for his body in making that catch.
Exactly right. You know you're going to get hit a lot of times coming over the middle of the field, but he runs that post, lays out, makes the play for his quarterback. That's a tough hombre.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
All right, well, if you're the quarterback, you know at this point, this is one of those days that I'm going to have to just strap it up. I'll probably be in an ice bath when the game is over because I'm getting hit a lot. We're only in the first quarter. My accuracy and my timing is going to have to be at a premium.
Right side, it's Addison. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
And that's really good defense. That's discipline, man. Understanding covering top to bottom, but not leaving the running back with a lot of space. They throw that football out to the flats. They break on it right now, give up absolutely no yardage. Nice job seeing it, breaking on it, and making the play.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Back to throw, it's Mendoza. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. A fun postseason battle here. Deadlocked at the end of the first. Here's a quick check of the stats so far. That first quarter set the standard, and we hope we get a lot more of that here in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Sells to run, wants to pass. Still looking to his right. He'll try to do it himself. He's out of bounds at the 26-yard line.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get
just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Well, they're able to get the negative play, great individual effort. I know LSU's defense always goes by DBU, but they've had some big-time players up front on that D-line, too. And you think recently, guys like Marcus Spears, Glenn Dorsey, Kiki Mingo, Daniil Hunter, dudes that can line up one-on-one. These guys were like avatars with their frames. So difficult to block and so athletic. That's what this guy reminds you of sometimes.
Out wide right, it's Allen. And he's not going to get the first down. Good stop there.
Well, I know there's a lot of people out there thinking, hey, it's third down, you got to throw to the sticks here, but I like the call getting the drag. You get the catch, he advances it a little bit, doesn't quite pick it up, but now you've set up fourth and short, and you've got to think on offense, you've got to play somewhere that can go pick up this first down.
I'm not sure this was ever a real decision. They'll go for it on 4th and inches. Can't make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it, everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. That last drive was promising at times, defense, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Give to the running back. Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31. LSU quick to the line. On 3rd down, here's Durham. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
The defense is able to finally stop this guy, but he has been on fire. We're only in the 2nd quarter, and he has been absolutely lighting it up in this one. Nice job that time, defense, but you know this guy's going to get a lot more carries.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Shows him the stiff arm. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. LSU with the 1st and 10 here.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
The give to Caden Durham. And he's brought down after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Handoff, Caden Durham. He's past the sticks. On the move is the 30. Breaks into the open. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
Man, I'll tell you, you just can't quantify how much this guy has meant to his offense running the football. Leads the nation in rushing yards. He's the guy with a target on his back. Every time they take the field, the defense knows who they have to stop, and still, this guy churns out big run after big run.
That was a nice catch right near the line of scrimmage. Man, you want to get some yak after the catch and try to make a play, but that defense was right on him. Got him on the ground too quick.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The give to Caden Durham. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, LSU!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and they finish it off with a 14-yard run for the score. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Back to throw, it's Mendoza. Rush is on. He's sacked. This defense all over it.
Well, that's their 3rd sack of the game, and we knew statistically coming into this game, this is one of the top 25 units in the nation getting after the quarterback. I just love how athletic they are up front, and they are giving this offensive line headaches and nightmares up the middle.
And he ends up taking a safety.
What a heads-up play by the defensive end that time. He saw the ball thrown out to the right-hand side, and he just stopped his pass rush and rallied to the football and made the stop and gets 2 points.
catches it at the 15. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They'll start on the ground with Durham. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Nice play by the defense, but now is a time they've got to be more consistent. They allowed this running back to go off in that first half, and moving forward now, they've got to try and take...
Oh, it's picked off. A rare mistake from this guy. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. The best way this offense can say thanks for that 2 spot is by following it up with a score of their own, David.
Really fun when your defense does that. When they get you back the football, and they score some points, Palmer. Put those points up on the board. Usually brag about it, especially defensively. We got more points than you, but good opportunity for this offense to get more.
Yeah, it's you scratch my back, I scratch yours kind of thing right now. I'll tell you, if this offense is able to go down the field and put up a touchdown, this could be a potentially 9 to 10 point swing based on your defense getting you that safety. You've got great field position now. You got to take advantage.
Looking downfield, it's Mendoza. Unloads to the wideout. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. It's a 1st down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. That is just a perfect example of not deciding before the snap where you have to go with the ball.
Yeah, because that will get you in trouble. You can tell right away. He wants to get the ball to his primary. He's covered. He comes off of him, does a nice job being patient, taking his time, hitting the drag route, getting the 1st down.
Second down, gonna throw it. Going for it all. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
They'll snap it from the 28 in field goal range, but it's 3rd and short. With the draw, it's Hosley. He's past the marker. Here's a little room there. He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9.
That's an interesting play call there, because I think with the 3rd and long situation, a lot of people probably thought they were going to throw it. Instead, they hand it off, and great job by the offensive line. And after that run now, they're set up in 1st and goal.
The Yellow Jackets trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Looking to pass. It's Mendoza. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Timeout taken by the Yellow Jackets. That'll be their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Sends it back in motion. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Left side is Allen. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Georgia Tech spins its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. About to have the 9th snap on this drive. You don't want to settle for a field goal. They'll run it here on 3rd and goal. He'll be stopped short. Could not drive his way into the end zone, and now they're faced with 4th and goal. The Yellow Jackets spend their 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Fourth and goal from the 2. Can they finish this drive? Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw. Here comes the heat. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! He got it back corner of the end zone. He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. They made sure that good field position paid off, going 45 yards. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. On the return, it's Wilson. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Here's Caden Durham to begin the drive. Short gain on that run as the clock winds down here late in the half. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Dropping back, it's Levin. He tries to take the top off. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep points.
Complete. Oh, what a cut! They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Wilson. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The LSU offense comes out to start this drive. And they got it done in the first half, but the job now, follow up, close the deal, and bring home a bowl victory.
Finish. You hear teams say it all the time. That applies to them right now, David, here in the second half. It's a lot of really good things in that first half. Need some more big plays here to get this double.
And you've seen it with bowl games. Big swings, man. When the rust comes off after that first half and people get in a rhythm, you've seen big comebacks. So I know they're winning, but keep the foot on the gas. This first possession is crucial.
Here's Durham one more time. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down. Purple and Gold's got this running game going right now. You don't want to get overzealous here, but this is a type of talent that could do what Leonard Fournette almost did when he nearly got to 2,000 yards in a season.
And I love when commentators say, I don't want to get over myself and get overzealous and get too excited. He's having a day. Get excited. This dude's a beast.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Direct snap. It's Durham. They make the stop, but not before the change move and the Wildcat formation pays off.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
LSU moving quickly, going to work again on first down. To the air, it's Levitt. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Working the middle, it's complete. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
It's a really nice job by the cornerback playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball. And this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that would try to submarine these rig running backs, and then they get hurdled. Not this guy. Good job getting the tackle, getting him on the ground.
On third down, he drops to throw. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And man, those sting, man. The third down, the money down, your guy's got to come through. You had a good play called, receiver there to make a play. He's just got to catch the football. Those hurt on any down, but especially third down.
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised. They're going to gamble and go for it here on fourth down. Changing the routes with his receivers. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Fires left. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
Yeah, and see, I have no problem being aggressive near midfield. I got no problem whatsoever. You get stuff, but I think you have to show your team, like, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to continue to try to make it, even in the second half when things are getting tight.
The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. Back's got it on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
And that's a really good play by this defense because you want to run a screen offensively when they're blitzing. When they bring pressure, you can throw it right over the top, get it to them, get some space, but they stayed home just enough there to make the play and get the tackle for a loss.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hosley carrying the ball with an edge and hammering his way to the 40.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
Back to throw, it's Mendoza. Fires to the wideout. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be fourth down. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. He's going to have to break out the thunderfoot on this one, a 57-yard attempt. 57 yards out, and he powers it through the uprights.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just trot him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
From deep, it's Wilson. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Both of these defenses a little bend, but not breaking in clutch situations, David.
It's always exciting when you can go for it on fourth down and you know your defense will make a stand. They held them to a field goal, Jesse. It's a pretty good job by that defense.
It is. So if I'm this coaching staff, don't deviate from the game plan here. Go back to doing what you want to do and get established in this game.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Berry. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. LSU right back to the line. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Wants to throw on first. Right side, it's Berry. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming. Just keep giving him the easy catches until they do something to stop it.
Yeah, you're going to dictate to the defense. You're going to make the defense cover him up, and then obviously it leaves the middle of the field a little bit more wide open for receiver, for a tight end. So QB keeps making the right decision, getting the ball to running back, and he's making plays.
He's dropped.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. On the direct snap, it's McKinley. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the first down, and they might mark that down to use the Wildcat again. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Snap to the back.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Dropping back, it's Levin. Caught in the backfield, it's Durham. How much does it help your blocking scheme to have a guy who finds the crease? He gets to the 39.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. Quarterback signaling to his guy. Quarterback keeps it. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter, and Georgia Tech has the lead. And now let's take a look at the stats in what has been a nip and tuck affair. Now just about ready to snap it to start the 4th. Now, the LSU Tigers will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down. Motion from the back. On the direct snap, it's Wilson. He won't get there. The defense with a 4th down stop.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run. And you saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down, and they give it back up now to their offense.
So the Yellow Jacket offense comes out to get this drive underway. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. Trying to move them on the counter. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Needs it here on 4th down. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle.
That was such a risky call. With the lead late in the game, to go for it on 4th down, that could have been disaster if they don't get it. But with the conversion, now the question, is that enough to ice this thing and win the game?
Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Right back to it. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the 1st down.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, that was less than choreographed. Everybody going on their own snap count there. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move them back. Around 4 minutes to play in this postseason battle. The give, and tick, 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 tick. Driven back.
And this situation here on 2nd down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in a situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football?
Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover?
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but it's only by 1 possession, so you got to be so careful with your decision-making, and that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in this sudden change situation.
Look out! Picked off. What a play to set him up. Bringing it back.
And these are the mistakes backed up you can't make as a quarterback, man. You've got to protect the football. Big-time mistake. Defense capitalizes and sets their offense up with elite field position.
And they will open this drive right on the doorstep with a 1st and goal. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. Swarmed under, 5-yard loss on the play.
Everybody loves those trick plays, man, those misdirections, but the problem is when you stay home and you play the play really disciplined and sound like this defense does, you knock it dead, and a lot of times for a loss, and put the offense in a bind.
Nickelback on the field, looking pass as they try to keep this a one-possession game in the fourth. They're all over it. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. The clock stops. 2 minutes left to play in this one.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
Well, that's a huge kick right there because now the opponent has to score a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. That put so much pressure on the opponent. Nice job by the special teams going out and executing in a big moment.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Wilson. He's got great speed. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. They'll take the penalty and move them back. Defense better dig in for the run. Heavy formation is there. On the move, it's Barry. Turning it on. He's got the first down. He's at the 50. The 30. The 20. Touchdown LSU. And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
What a great job by this offense. And listen, I judge offenses by what they do in the clutch. In those big moments and right before the half, in the fourth quarter, late in the game, just like right here, you need a score. You got to go take the lead. They do everything they can. Now, defense, you're up. I need you to get me a stop.
He'll bring it out. It's Smith. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. They'll go to the counter. Got the first down. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Yeah, and how about this offense? A little counter, a little misdirection. Get everybody's eyes going one direction. They go back the other way. Nice execution by the offense to make the big running play down the field.
Sets his feet. It's Mendoza. Back's got it on the screen.
I love screen passes on offense, and you got to do them in different ways. To the running backs, you can do them to receivers, do them to tight ends. Didn't gain any yards on that one, but don't be afraid to dial that play up again later.
He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass on second down. Out wide left, it's Hosman. And he scoots out of bounds, picks up the first down, gets the clock stopped, and now they're in business in plus territory.
And, man, this dude has been a weapon early in this football game. They just keep finding him. And the matchups are a problem. You want to put a linebacker on him, he's too fast for him. Continues to make catches, continues to chew up yards. You might want to think about putting a safety on him or somebody with a little bit more speed.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. Timeout taken by the Yellow Jackets. That'll be their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. And the Yellow Jackets now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to pass, and he's got to make a play. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be third down.
And this is a tough spot now to be in for this offense because it's 3rd and long. The defense knows you have to pass the football, so they're going to be playing conservative. So what's your play you can dial up? Maybe get half of this back. Like, I know the clock is ticking, but I got to make sure that I maybe cut this down and make it a more manageable 4th down if I don't complete this 3rd and long.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. The defense will take a timeout, 25 seconds left to play. Long way to go on 2nd down. Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take a knee. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get the close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
It has been quite a season. Thanks for going on the ride with us on EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. We'll see you next season.